Yes, I prefer that. Okay, so here we are tonight on our Friday night Essence meeting, and we've had a little bit of confusion amongst the troops about some of the more detailed aspects of iWebatool. I did a recording some time ago on some of the beginning basics of iWebatool, but tonight we'll go ahead and get just a little bit more detailed so that people can hopefully clear up some misunderstandings that we have about how this all works and how it should work. So let me just first of all make sure that people understand we're really encouraging people to get on iWebatool as part of the iClub biz because it's a marketing tool. And we need marketing tools in order to be able to generate leads and prospects to help build the team. So that's really the reason for it. And, you know, it works well with our travel program. And in fact, another recording, I did talk about how if you have iWebatool and you use iWebatool to present the travel program to people, you will get paid $10 per travel membership instead of just $2.50 if you don't use iWebatool. So basically, if you sell 2 travel memberships in a month, that's $20. That more than covers the cost of iWebatool and gives you profit over and beyond that. So that's kind of the why of what we're talking about tonight. But let me just go direct. I just logged into my iWebatool account. This is always the first page you will see when you come into iWebatool. And I try to encourage everybody to always go to the members area first because that's where you really can see the full dashboard. So this is the full dashboard, and we're gonna talk a little bit about the different capture pages that are out there right now for us to use to promote the travel program, since that's what people have been asking questions about. And then I'm also going to get into a little bit about the autoresponders because a lot of people are still a little confused about how those work, and do know that they work, and I will show you proof of that before we end this broadcast here tonight. So the first thing is, let's just click here on the capture pages, and you will see all of our 35 wonderful capture pages that we have access to use. You can use all 35 of them. There's no reason that you can't do that. These are all separate web pages in our name, and we can use them all in any way, shape, or form that we would like. What I want to make sure I mention about these capture pages, think of these pages as being like a book with 2 pages, okay? Just imagine a regular old book with just 2 pages. And what I want you to hear is that these capture pages, all of these, are page 1 of 35 different books in here, okay? If you click here where it says view your landing pages, these are page 2. Hello, Patrick. Nice to have you here. So for every one of those capture pages that we saw on the other page, that's page 1. And then these are the corresponding second page of that book. So we have the option at any time to be able to send people direct to the second page of our book or our website, or we can send people directly to the first page of our website. Yeah. Hi. All right. Well, I'm trying to do some teaching here, so I'm trying to see. I'm going to mute you out for a moment. Is that okay?
I'm fine. Yeah.
So
yeah.
that
Go ahead and yeah.
All right. Good deal. Gee, how nice. I figured out how to do that. Okay. So anyhow, so just understand that these pages all have a first page and a second page. These are the first page. And there are at least there's actually 3 different pages here that are specifically about the travel club. So just looking at these briefly, because I don't want to get into too much, a lot of people are using this one, which actually gets into a rather lengthy presentation that talks about the focus of this one, which is the 03 webpage. The focus of this one really is about teaching people how to earn $1,000 a week. So yes, the second page of this little book talks a lot about the compensation plan and how to make money for, using the travel program. It does get around to explaining the travel program, but it's kind of at the end. What it's really focused on is how do you make $1,000 a week. So if somebody gets a separate domain name, we talked about that a couple of weeks ago, and it is a good thing. I mean, this is a long domain name for somebody to publicize. So if somebody gets a shorter domain name and they want to attach it to this little book called their web page, you have a choice. You can attach it to the front page or you can attach it to the back page. Here's the problem. If you attach it to the back page, then you will never receive somebody's name and email address. You will never get their name and email address because that's what this page is for. You get the name, you get the email address, and then you click here. That's how your name and your email address goes directly into your lead list. That's how you have autoresponders that send emails out to them. Okay? So now this particular one, this is the 03. It's not the one that Henry's using. I think Henry's using 05. But this one actually does a pretty good job of explaining the travel program. And there's nothing wrong with it. This is a different web link than the one that we were just on. You can send people direct here. If you don't want them to do that first thing, they can go direct here and be able to see. Now this is just a 4-minute video and it's just focused on the travel program. But it seems a little odd because that first page was about $1,000 a week. I'm wondering if there's actually a confusion here. If somebody has attached different pages to different sites. Because this isn't the video I would expect to see on this one. But just understand, you can send people direct here. If they went direct to this page, you don't get their email address. You don't get their name. But there is the option for them to be able to learn more about it. Now this page doesn't even have the link where you can go direct to sign up. That's interesting. So in that case, why would you send them direct to this page at all? That doesn't even make sense. There's no sign up option here.
Yeah, right.
All there is the video. I mean, it's great. It's got my contact information here, but there is no sign up spot. So I wouldn't even use this one right now. I can't even see a reason for using the 03. That's just what I'm going to tell you right here and now. So let me go back over here. So that's the 03, and that's just kind of strange. You can capture leads, but there's no sign up option. Now I believe this is the one that Henry was working with. And this one actually makes sense the way this one's set up. This one is also talking about the $1,000 a week income from home. And so that's fine. But this is the one Henry was using. And it does have a long video attached to it that explains all about compensation. So you need somebody who's really planning on being a business builder if you want to be using this particular site. And so again, I'll just show you where this one goes, because this is where Henry's are going. Henry doesn't have the capture part going on. But here is a lengthy video. This is like 6 or 8 minutes. I don't even see how long it is, but I know it was at least 8 minutes long. And it does get into, you know, how to make the money. At the very end, it talks about the travel program, and it does have the sign up. So that's the good news about this page. You can send somebody direct to this page. Right now, Henry's URL is hooked to this page. And so once they watch that video, they can either click yes, give me the lifetime travel membership, or yes, give me the lifetime membership and the first month free of the monthly marketing system. So that's what you can get here. But I want to make sure you also see the third site that's available. And again, remember, you don't get anybody's contact information sending them direct to this page. So if we go back to the capture pages, this is the one that I've actually been using a little bit, and Dawn has done some experimenting with this one, because this one is totally focused on the travel business, travel opportunity. So this one is the one that if somebody really just wants to focus on selling the travel, then this probably makes the more sense. This is only a less than 1 minute video. It explains pretty quickly, you know, how simple it is to get set up as a travel agent. And then they put their name and email in here. And when they do, it takes them to a more detailed video about the travel program. And this one, just so you know, if you look up here in the URL, this is website number 10. Okay? So that's number 10. You can connect a URL direct to this one. It says never pay retail for travel again and make money at the same time. That one I think is pretty straightforward in my mind. And so then if I just put in name and email here and click, and it says click here to watch the video now. So that's their reason for doing this, to give them instant access, where this now you can see is a 4.5 minute video that explains the travel program more. It doesn't get into any compensation plans, nothing like that. It's just explaining the travel program. And, but again, look at this. They've changed something. They've changed something because this doesn't have the sign up link in it. So actually, I probably need to check in and find out what's going on with some of these websites, because this should have a sign up link in the bottom. It really should. But at least if somebody is connected to the front page of this, they've put their information in there. At least you know how to get back in touch with them. That's the whole powerful piece of the iWebatool system. Do you know how many people go to websites and nobody ever knows they were there? That is really the purpose of the capture page, and why that these capture pages are important. And it doesn't matter which one you're looking at, but it's kind of weird because right now this seems to be the only one, the one that Henry was using, that has a lengthy video in there, but it does have the ability for you to set up or to sign up right there through that page. So I don't know what they've done. They've done something on the back side of some of these pages that's a little confusing. Now, the other thing that is always an option is you can take one of these generic pages, and I would be happy to help anybody do that wants to do it. And you can take one of these generic pages. Now mine, I've already got something in here. This has got me in there. But there's no reason that you can't take one of these generic pages and insert one of Jeff's travel program pages in here. You can then set it up so that the landing page, page 2, does have your sign up information in there. You can do that. So if you're not seeing the website looking exactly the way you want, that you most want to promote, come to me and let's figure out how to make one of these other pages work to be able to be your main travel page. And we'll make sure that it takes somebody to the ability to be able to set up. Yeah, in fact, and that's kind of weird because page 5, this would be the only one somebody can sign up through right now where you get your $10. So I'm going to ask questions about that. In fact, I'm going to send a support ticket direct to iClub so that we can figure out why 005 is the only one right now where somebody can sign up through there. So that means this is the only one you can use to be able to earn your $10 because there's no direct sign up on this one. There's no direct sign up on this one. I don't know if Jeff realizes that right now, so I will ask that question. But do you understand a little bit more about the fact that there is, a front page and a back page to each of these websites? You can put a URL on either one of them, a domain name on either one of them. But if you bypass this front page, you don't get their contact information. Make sense?
Yes.
All right. Let's see. Patrick, you listening in on any of this, or you got something else going on in the background?
Well, I think you've got me muted.
I don't now. That's why I'm asking you.
Oh, okay. Well, no, with my earphones in, I can understand you. But we're at Flying J, a bus stop restaurant.
Gotcha.
I mean, a truck stop restaurant, and I forgot to bring my earphones with me. I brought 3 laptops with me. We got a notebook and we got 3 smartphones, and none of them will pick you up except for mine, and we can't hear you on mine.
All right, I gotcha.
We couldn't get in on any of the 3 laptops we brought.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's sad. Well, okay. Well, you're still got a lot of noise in the background, so I'm going to mute you again, but you'll be able to hear the recording. If you, the recording will be available here after the meeting, okay?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so we got that quieted down again for the moment. But anyway, okay, so I am going to do that one thing, is ask the question about 3 and 10, because I actually like the way 10 was set up previously, but right now it seems a little odd, and I don't know why. I don't know what they're doing with it. But hopefully that clears up the difference. And let me go and just show you guys, because I actually went to Henry's page and found this page. Even though he was directing people to the landing page, I found this page on Henry's site, and I went in there and I put in my name and my email address. So I want you to see what happens when you do that. When you use one of these pages that has already been set up with the autoresponders, and that 051 this is the message that I got. Now, this is really strange because this was kicked out from the autoresponders. And I'm like, what on earth is this? Why is the first message I got from Henry's website saying open for a message about acidosis? That doesn't even make sense. It has nothing to do with the travel program. But the good news is that it did kick out an email to me. And, so that's the whole thing. And you can see it's got Henry's name on it. So I would know as a person going to his website that this came from Henry. And if I open it, what's really cool is it has my name right at the beginning. It says, "Hi, Cheyenne." Well, the reason it has that there is because the autoresponder is set up to grab my name once I put it into the capture site. So if nobody ever puts their name into that first page, that lead capture page, there's no way it can show up in an email, and there's no way the autoresponder gets triggered. So here, this is an autoresponder, and it automatically put my name in. It automatically put Henry's name in, And this at least makes sense. I'm excited for you as you embark on this program. And then it talks about the whole idea of difficulties of making money in a home-based business. And then, okay, so here it does have, click here for a direct link to the site for your review. It's got Henry's contact information in it. All of that automatically is there. And if I click on the link, hopefully it takes me to something. Well, it takes me back to that silly landing page. That's interesting. So it does. It takes me right back to the landing page. So the good news is it keeps people in the loop, but I'm kind of confused about this piece as well in terms of why does it take you right back there? I would have thought it would take you to, you know, a sign-up page or something with more information other than that same video that they just saw. So, yeah. So there's lots of questions here, but at least you can see the autoresponder worked. So there's nothing wrong with Henry's autoresponder as long as somebody can get to the capture page and put their name and email address in there.
Oh.
Okay.
So it automatically does it. There's a autoresponder connected to each capture page.
That is correct. And I will say not every one of them though, but all of the ones that have been set up with a specific purpose. So, so as far as the editable ones, go back to there, the ones that you can edit and create to be anything you want.
The green ones, yeah. The
green ones. Those you would have to create your own autoresponders. But anything else that has, you know, something specific, especially if it's iClub specific, any of these pages that are iClub specific already have autoresponders set up. And if you're not sure, then again, let's go back to the members area.
Pages, members area.
It's always the members areas where the main dashboard is. And so I always say go there first and then look down through here and you will see it says autoresponders. If you click on that, it will show you what already has autoresponders set up. So those are your page numbers right there. There's page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4. And so these are all things where the messages are already there. There's already messages for colostrum. There's, you know, all of these healthy coffee messages. So any of those where you see that information, like even the 003, this is, you know, it says name, thanks for your email, name, you've got money, you know, 4- and 5-figure weekly checks right now. These are the autoresponder emails that are already set up. And again, when somebody puts their name and email address in the system, then their name will appear here when it gets sent out to them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Okay.
So just know that, you know, a lot of the work with a lot of these things have already been done for you, and it will kick out messages. There's the 010 right there. Yeah, so those look similar right there for the 010. But again, those are the travel ones. So anything related to iClub, you should be able to see. And even these, I don't know what in the world. What's this say? Messages. Well, they've got similar messages on most of these. So, but you can see, you can always see where the messages are already set up. So like, if you look in here, there's nothing for 007 because 007 is one of the green generic ones. So there is no autoresponder list in here for 07. Okay?
Okay.
Is it making a little more sense?
Yes, Cheyenne, it is. The more we see this, the better we're going to get at it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's just important to be able to get in your mind, you know, what these capture pages really look like online. And I mean, seriously, this is page 1 of all of these website pages. And then if you go up here to where it says click here to view your landing pages, This is page 2 of all of those. Okay. So
okay.
this is the back page you can see on all of them.
So that's the landing page, and then you got the capture page, which is the front end of it.
Yes. And oh, look at this. Look at this. Yes, you're absolutely right, Donald. The capture page is the front end. This is the back end. So here is what I was looking for previously. So like with the travel club, let me see the 10. Is 10 here? No, see, they don't even have 0010 back here. I'm looking for it, but I don't see it. 0010. No, I don't see that back here. So he doesn't even have that here. But if I go back here, here's the other travel club page. Now this one says tour the company website right here. So I'm going to try, if I make this the redirect, I'm wondering what'll happen. That's interesting. Kicked me over here for some reason. Yeah, I'm learning stuff too. So that's part of it. Another good thing is you guys ask more questions. I have to learn a little more too, because I haven't gotten into a lot of these things. But as I learn some of these things, it'll be good. So I'm just curious now, if I put my information in here, does it take me to that other landing page? That's what I want to know. That's definitely the video I want, but see, I still don't see anything here that will give them a place to be able to view the page where they can sign up. So anyhow, I got some questions to be asking, and I will definitely send in some support tickets. But hopefully at least helping you to kind of conceptualize a little bit more about, you know, the details of how these pages work. Is there any other questions in your mind right now about these? I mean, you've been talking to Henry the most, and I know he's been playing with them. Any other questions that I can help answer for you?
Let's see, Shan.
Or get answers for you. If I can't answer them, I'll try to get answers.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. Yeah, we just need to be making sure we're connected to a page where there's a sign up button. Because Susan set one up recently, but she wanted to find out from Jeff where the sign up button is.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Some of those landing pages, I don't see one. And they were there, so I don't understand why they're not now. That seems a little odd. So, and actually, I'm going to try one other thing here. You guys are sitting here, so let me go back to the landing pages, because maybe that's why it took me to that other place. Okay, so if I wanted to make this the redirect, I want to see if it looks the same.
Yeah, I like that one.
It is. Yeah, I like it too, but there is no sign up button there. This is the one I want to be using. And in fact, yeah, something's changed. There's something changed on here, because this does not look like the same as this. It's different. And it's missing. See, this says tour company website. So see, that is where that landing page used to take you to the website where somebody could sign up.
Huh.
But they've changed something, and now it doesn't have that button at the bottom. I want the button back.
Yeah,
I bet you that's what Susan was talking about too. She was wondering where that was.
Yep.
So, because and maybe there's a reason, maybe it's being reconstructed to be able to be more like this given that, these buttons, if somebody signs up through these buttons, this is where you get the $10 per sign up instead of the $250.
Okay, so
they might be trying to make this that way too. I don't know. So that would be my question.
Okay.
But anyways, at least Henry is connected to the one that allows people to actually sign up. It's just he might want to rethink about where he's got that domain name attached. Does he want it on page 1 or page 2?
Or page 2. Yeah. So it's on page 2 right now.
Yes, it is.
And I think it needs to be on page 1. He needs to have it on the front end of it.
Yep. So in fact, I think I pulled up Henry's sites here. No, that ain't it. Let's see.
So he's got the general idea, and he's learning. He's attempting, right?
Yep. Yep. Oh, he's got the right idea. Absolutely got. Oh, I think Henry's sites are over here. So if I look here, okay. So this is his front page that he's not attached to. So people are not entering their information. And then this is his back page that his domain name is attached to. So people can sign up, but they don't give the information. So that's the problem, is he's attached right here. I don't remember what that big, long domain name is that he's got. It was pretty hefty. Yeah. But this is where it took me, was to this page directly.
Okay, where they could actually sign up.
Yeah, which is good, but again, it's not going to trigger his autoresponders, and it's not going to capture anybody's information. That's why this page exists, to get the information and to trigger the autoresponders.
So can he take his domain name and reconnect it to the right page to make it on the front end? Okay, so he can do that. Okay.
Yes. Whatever process he used to attach it to this page, he can use that same process to attach it to this, because there's only one letter difference between the two pages. If you look right here where it says 0005, that's his front page, and then his back page is 0005X.
Okay.
That is the only difference between the two pages.
All right.
He's attached to the X. He probably, if he wants to use the autoresponders, he needs to be attached to the one that doesn't have the X.
That doesn't have the X. The reason he did that, because I think Jeff mentioned that on one of his calls, but I guess that's not the right one, Shan.
Well, and just understand this, because I listened on one of Jeff's calls recently, and he was talking about, he might even been talking about this page. What I heard him say was, if you're talking to your warm market, so say for instance that you've got all these people who've responded to you on Facebook saying they want to travel. So if you know those people already, and you say, hey, I have a great way that you can be able to travel at a lower cost, get cash back, it only costs you $25. Are you interested? Then he said, warm market, you might want to send them direct to your sign-up page like this. So you could send them direct to this page because they already know you and you know where to find them. It's not as important for them to give you the contact information. This page is when you're out there, like when you guys are buying leads. If you're buying leads, that's a cold market. You don't know those people. Those people don't know you. So the only way that you can get to know them and build a relationship with them is by getting their contact info.
Right.
Make sense?
Makes sense.
That's what I think Jeff was referring to, at least in one of the recordings I watched, was he said, if you're in your cold market, you want them to go to this page. If they're in your warm market, you could send them direct to this one.
Ah, gotcha.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so I have some good news for him then, and I'll make sure he watches this.
Okay, and hopefully it's not too confusing. And yeah, I'm still a little disappointed with what I'm seeing on the 03 and the 010, and I'm going to send a support ticket asking about those, just because I'd like to see those looking different again. In fact, recently I think we gave out this link to somebody, but if we give them the link, but there's nowhere for them to go to sign up, that's kind of silly.
Yeah.
So I will definitely question that in an email to our support people as soon as I get done here. Okay?
Thank you, Shan.
You're welcome. And yes, we'll all learn more together here. And as we do, we'll be able to make this stuff rock and roll even better.
Yes.
All right, guys?
Yes. Thank you so much, Shan, and I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, sounds good. Patrick, I unmuted you. And do you have any questions, or can you hear any of this, or are you just going to watch the recording? All right. All right, guys. Well, you have a great evening.